the market's not going to get the lower interest rates that it was expecting. It's going to get much, much higher interest rates, particularly on the long end of the curve. I would be surprised if the long-term 10-year yield was still below 5% when Trump takes office in January. It could be closer to 6% than 5%. And that is going to be a huge problem for the stock market and for the overall economy that is so levered up. Mortgage rates are going to hit new highs if we get a 6 handle on a 10-year U.S. Treasury, right? So everything the Fed was hoping to achieve by the rate cuts, the opposite will happen. And everything the markets were expecting, the opposite will happen. But right now, there's a lot of irrational exuberance. And I said this was coming. I mean, this was one of the things that I wasn't looking forward to with Trump win, although I did everything I could to advocate for Trump and I even voted for Trump here in Puerto Rico. Not that my vote counted. We had like a mock vote. And so this is the first time we were able to make a vote that didn't really count. So it's just symbolic. But I'm pretty sure that Harris won Puerto Rico in the symbolic, meaningless vote. But I cast mine anyway. But I wanted him to win because there's a lot of other things: freedom of speech, ending the wars. I mean, if he just ends this ridiculous war in the Ukraine, the lives that will be saved, right? The Ukrainians, the Russians. I mean, that alone is a reason to vote for somebody who's not a warmonger. Yeah, we'll also save a little money if we don't keep sending money to the Ukraine. But I think ending the war in the Ukraine is actually better for Europe than it is for the United States. But, we could do the world a favor by doing that. And there are a lot of other reasons to support Trump. As I said in the last podcast, my biggest concern is Trump ran on a message of, a quick fix, a painless, immediate economic boom by promising tax cuts to everybody. And we're going to have just, an economic miracle again. He's going to fix what Biden broke. The problem is he can't fix it because he broke it more when he had the office the first time. He got a broken economy and broke it more and then gave it to Biden, who broke it even more. And now he's got it back. And he's promising to do more of the same that he did in 2016 in his first term, only on a bigger scale. And it's going to have an even worse effect. All right. So let's take a look at the situation that exists today with Donald Trump coming into office with the situation, or compare it to the situation in 2016. The economy is in much worse shape now than it was then. There's no question about it that 8 years of more deficit spending, of a continuation of the hollowing out of our industrial base, all of the manufacturing jobs, the millions of manufacturing jobs that have been lost over that period of time, the record trade deficits and budget deficits that have been piled on, the enormity of the Fed's balance sheet, the final, we finally had inflation rearing its ugly head. We're just at the tip of that iceberg. But when Trump took office in 2016, the national debt was just under 20 trillion. As I am speaking, it's a hair under 36 trillion. We'll probably be at 36 trillion by my next podcast, even if I do it this week, which I probably will do because we get an FOMC rate announcement tomorrow. The FOMC should hike rates. I mean, that's what they should do based on what's happening, based on plunging bond prices, based on the inflationary and stimulative, in quotes, effect of these massive tax cuts that are coming.